Good afternoon everybody. This is your computing lesson for the afternoon. I'm going to cut you loose on Scratch and we're going to make patterns on Scratch. I'm going to see who can make the best patterns. Now, if you are working on a desktop or a laptop, in your browser you can just browse to scratch.mit.edu to get a copy of Scratch, and it's free online. Or if you are working on a mobile device, an Apple device or an Android, you will find Scratch is free in the App Store. Whatever you do, don't get Scratch Junior. That's the infant version and it's a bit more simplistic than we need. So I'm going to ask you first of all to click on Create. And when you've gone to your main Scratch screen, if you're on a mobile device, it should start like this. Now, I'm going to ask you to go to the Extensions button and add all the commands for a pen. And this will add them in to your regular set of commands. Now you've got commands for a pen. Now I'm going to start my program by drawing out a program start. When green flag clicked, my program starts. But I'm going to do some things to Scratchcat first. I don't actually want to see Scratchcat. So I'm going to go on Looks and I'm going to hide him. And then I'm going to make sure that my pen is put down. That's putting the pen down on the page. I'm also going to use an Erase All. That makes sure that I start with a clean page every time I press the play button. Then I'm going to go to my motion controls and I'm going to put Scratchcat in the middle of the page by doing a 0, 0. And then I'm going to make sure that Scratchcat is always pointing in the same direction by using point in direction and pointing him down. So he always starts now in the same direction and he's always invisible. When I move, it will leave a trail because that pen is put down on the page. So let's start by doing some movement. First of all, I'm going to use repeat. And I'm going to say, if I am repeating 4 times, I'm going to draw a simple shape. I'm going to use my motion command. I'm going to move 10 steps and then I'm going to turn, won't say 15, we'll say 90 degrees, so a right angled turn. When I press play now, Scratchcat disappears and there is the square that I've just drawn. How have I drawn it? Repeating, move 10, turn 90, move 10, turn 90, move 10, turn 90, move 10, turn 90. It's done that 4 times. If I wanted to draw more sides to a shape, I could keep going, but as this is a right angle at the minute, it's just going to draw over the same spot again and again. I'm going to add to it now. It's a bit small, so I'm going to say, rather than 10 steps, I'm going to go for 50 steps. That's made my square 5 times bigger. Now, I'm going to make a more complicated shape now, and I can do that by adding another repeat. So I'm going to put my first repeat inside the second repeat. So now I am drawing one square and I'm repeating it 10 times. But it's just going to draw the square in the same place 10 times. So I'm going to add some motion as well. I'm going to start, draw the square, then I'm going to turn a few degrees and then I'm going to draw the square again. So this will result in the square being drawn 10 times, there we go, and turning 15 degrees after each time. Now, it's not gone all the way round. If I maybe make it up to 30 times that I repeat, there we go. Now it's gone all the way round and it's made a full shape. I can also change my number of repeats and change my number of sides. For instance, if I went to repeat 8 times, now I don't have a square because I'm going to change the number of degrees. I'm going to change the degrees to 45 and this is going to make an octagon rather than a square. How did I work that out? I took the right angle and divided it by 2 and took the number of sides and timesed it by 2. So now I've got more turns and more sides. Sorry, shallower turns and more sides. Here we go. This time it's making an octagon. Now with the pen tools I'm going to do one more thing and I'm going to put change pen colour. So now between every turn it will change the colour of the pen very slightly. I'm just going to change it to 1. And when I press green, now you can see I'm getting a technical pattern instead. Your challenge this afternoon is to see who can create the best pattern. You can use my shape as a template, and then remember you can change all these values to see which pattern you can get and who can get the best one by the end of the afternoon. One of the things I will tell you though is if you repeat 360 times, you move forward one step each time, but you only turn 1 degree. Now I have 360 small turns and 360 small moves forward. This is going to make a circle. It's a bit slower, as you can see, but you can see the circle is starting to draw, and if I left it there for a few minutes after it's drawn my one circle, then the degrees change slightly, and if I left it there for a few minutes it would draw a much more complicated pattern. So I'm going to see this afternoon who can draw me the best one. Good luck.